Amid the 21-day nationwide lockdown, the Ministry of Home Affairs has issued standard operating procedure. This is particularly on the availability of essential goods to citizens. The MHA also asked states to ensure the smooth functioning of services. MHA ensured that there will be no interruption in the functioning of small retail shops, retail chains and e-commerce companies. Restaurants supplying home delivery of cooked items are also exempt. MHA also said that employees in supply chain of essential commodities will be allowed to commute by using an e-pass. Taking this across to our reporters on the ground, Divyesh Singh is joining us live from Mumbai. We have Nolan Pinto joining us live from Bengaluru. Also with us, we've got Indrajit Kundu and from Kolkata, and we have Milind Sharma from Delhi. Milind, to you first. Good morning. Now, of course, we're going to be seeing perhaps a lot more ease with regards to essential commodities and the commute of the same, considering that the Delhi government took this decision of giving out e-passes.
Well, certainly the Delhi government has issued orders that e-passes be given to all essential supplies, especially those that are required on a daily basis, such as milk, vegetables. And right now I'm at Ghazipur Mandi. We have been seeing a steady stream of vegetable supplies going through since morning. Let me show you the visuals here at the mandis. So the mandis are operating only because the trucks have been loading them since last night. And people here are on their transport vehicles have been taking essential vegetables like onions and potatoes and other vegetables to be supplied to various places throughout Delhi. That seems to be the point of worry for a lot of residents, because when they go through the supply chain, they go to the retailer at the end point. But this is where the supply chain begins from. And to make sure that this is functioning smoothly, we have people here who have been deployed to check each and every aspect. People are wearing masks in the area, and clearly the deployment is such that functioning should happen smoothly in all these particular mandis in and across Delhi NCR, so that the last mile connectivity of the supply chain is connected and people can access essentials such as vegetables right from the mandi up till the last point at retailer.
Okay, Milind, stay with us. Nolan Pinto is joining us live from Bengaluru. Nolan, there were some rather worrying visuals that came to light from Bengaluru of people ignoring the lockdown, people coming out on the streets in huge numbers, and that led to questions about whether, the government needs to enforce the lockdown more in the city.
Well, in fact, Akshita, the government really needs to make sure that the police ensures that people stay indoors. Now, the police have been, requesting people to stay indoors. They have not been actually taking action. We have seen across the nation, cases have been filed against people if they step unnecessarily outside. But that's not been the case over here. But Akshita, last evening, because of one of the biggest problems, people say we want food, we want to buy our medicines, we want to buy essential commodities. Online delivery services, for example, like your Swiggy or your Zomato and all, the delivery boys were being harassed by the police. And that is the reason why last evening an order was issued saying that they can get these passes, the e-passes. 8 deputy commissioners in Bengaluru, the 8 DCPs, have been given this job of making sure that all these retailers, supermarket people, and also these delivery boys all get passes. However, Akshita, one of the biggest problems as of now is this. People are still worried. They want to know from the authorities what are the precautions that these online delivery people will actually take. Now in Bengaluru, most of the time, most of the supermarkets only open at around 8 o'clock. But in my background, this is what it is. In Bengaluru, early in the morning, people actually come to their neighborhood areas. This is in Richmond town. And this is where they actually buy their fruits and vegetables. And fruits and vegetables are there. But one more problem. When we went to the very famous Russell market, most of the people told us that fruits and vegetables are in fact stuck on the outskirts of the city, and that the trucks are not allowed to enter over here because they say that the police are harassing them. They're beating the lathi charging the drivers, the attenders, and this is the issue.
Okay, so clearly there are a number of issues that the government has to address. It's also unfortunate that people simply don't seem aware enough to take measures themselves to ensure that they're doing their bit to fight coronavirus in the city of Bengaluru. Hopefully that will change today. Let me take this across to Divyesh Singh. He's joining us live from Mumbai. Divyesh, the Uddhav Thackeray government has come in for a lot of praise for how really they've tackled this particular crisis. Uddhav Thackeray personally has been reaching out to a lot of people, including those from Maharashtra, pilgrims as well as migrants who've been stuck in other cities.
Akshita, yes, Uddhav Thackeray, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, has been reaching out to migrants, daily wage workers and also those homeless who are stranded in Mumbai, wanted to reach their respective native places but are stranded because bus stations, bus and railway services are shut down due to the lockdown. They are being provided with food, shelter, medicines. Even medicines are being provided to those who are unwell. They are properly being checked by medical practitioners, and there are several such places where Uddhav Thackeray, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, has ensured through his party members and across party lines also, so that public representatives of respective areas wherever migrants have been stuck, they are taken care of. Recently, yesterday, we had reported that in Kalyan there were around 22 daily wage laborers who were stuck at the railway station, and the Kalyan Dombivli Municipal Corporation, the Municipal Commissioner Vijay Suryavanshi tied up with a social organization and provided them with food, shelter and medicines. Similar way, there are several other places where migrants have been provided with food and shelter till the lockdown is on. Also, the recent order by Uddhav Thackeray was to grocery shops that they can function 24 hours a day. This is the first in India during the lockdown that grocery shops being allowed to function 24 hours a day. The only specific thing that Uddhav Thackeray mentioned in his order, that they have to maintain social distancing. All the customers coming to their shops, they have to maintain social distancing, keep at least a distance of 1 meter between each of them, so that there's no contagion, there's no spread of community spread of this virus.
And speaking of social distancing, let me take this across to Indrajit Kundu, who's joining us live from Kolkata. Indrajit, we all saw those visuals that came in yesterday of Mamata Banerjee personally visiting these markets and ensuring that people practice social distancing. She was seen drawing with chalk marks on the road, those circles, to ensure that people do not come in contact with each other. The state government has been very, very proactive in West Bengal. But just tell us at this point, is there a problem with regards to supply, or have people largely been able to, get access to essentials?
Well, Akshita, the problem by and large remains the supply chain because, keeping grocery stores open for 12 hours or 24 hours is not the issue at this point in time. We have been traveling across Kolkata, the length and breadth of the city, and we've seen that kirana stores, small grocery stores have remained open and they still have the essential stock and the supply. But what's happening is, because of panic buying, quickly those essential items are getting out of the shelf and they need to be replenished. Now, is that happening at proper time is the big question, especially with vegetables and perishable items, because remember, train services are completely shut down at this point in time, and that is where the crucial link, because transportation is not there, and therefore many of these perishable items are not reaching the cities as they used to so far. So whatever stock these people had, that's running completely out very soon, and then there would be some amount of shortage. I can tell you there is some amount of shortage as far as eggs are concerned, poultry material is concerned. So people have stocked up. That stock should last them a few days. But once that gets over, there will be some amount of shortage of essential commodities. Mamata Banerjee, of course, was out on the streets in various market areas of Kolkata yesterday. She saw a few markets, the shutters were down, and she instructed that those markets should remain open. There is no ban on marketplaces here in Kolkata. They are open generally. The government has fixed up some time in the daytime till which these markets can remain open. At the same time, there is also no ban on online food delivery apps like Zomato and Swiggy. But the fact is that even they are lacking manpower at this point in time. So the entire system needs to function at an operatable rate so that everybody is able to get the supply.
Okay, so you heard from the reporters on the ground, everyone telling us at this point that state governments as well as the centre, everyone's focused on ensuring that there is adequate supply of essential commodities and that people have access to the same, because the first 2 days there have been a few hiccups on that front. I'd like to thank Divyesh, Nolan, Indrajit and Milan for joining us on this broadcast. And at this point, as far as the central government goes, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also assigned union ministers to take charge of specific states and thereby oversee measures that are being taken to defeat the coronavirus outbreak in India. The elected representatives have been asked to ensure that poor and underprivileged get food, that the PDS shops in their area do not run out of ration, the essential commodities are available in local markets and that people are not overcharged for the same. The ministers will also maintain constant contact with the local administration. This includes the district magistrate, and make sure that all those who return from abroad follow quarantine rules and maintain also an updated record on the status of patients who tested positive for COVID-19 in the respective states. So the death toll due to coronavirus in India has climbed to 16. A 35-year-old patient died in Indore on Thursday, taking the death toll in Madhya Pradesh to 2. The number of active COVID-19 cases in India has surged to 633. 19 new cases were reported in Kerala on Thursday, taking the state total to 112. Kerala is the second worst affected state after Maharashtra. Maharashtra, remember, has 120 active cases of COVID-19. Meanwhile, the Rajasthan government has reported a dip in the number of positive cases. Only 5 additional cases were reported in the state. There are at this point 38 active cases in Rajasthan. So as we told you, the government is focusing on essential services and the government has also exempted essential services from the lockdown. The hub of daily commodities like pulses in Delhi's Lahori Gate is closed. The labourers at the market are also without food for several days. Here's our report by Munish Pandey.
India enters a third day of lockdown to fight coronavirus. The biggest concern remains the supply of essential goods. While the government has included grocery in essential services, the biggest market for basic commodities like rice, pulses, flour and spices in Delhi is locked down. If this market near Lahori Gate remains shut for a few more days, the availability of basic commodities may run dry soon.
We are in Lahori Gate of National Capital. This is a very famous market for essential commodities like rice, flour and dal, but at this point of time, what you can see, the entire market is completely closed. And that is why the entire chain of supply in Delhi NCR is broken at this point of time. There have been multiple complaints that why people are unable to get their groceries, why the prices of essential commodities are rising.
Many shopkeepers are unable to reach the market and fear harassment by the police if they venture out of their homes. Amit Jain is among the fortunate ones. He lives in the same building and is able to open his shop.
बिजनेस में कितना बड़ा असर पड़ा है?
बिल्कुल जीरो पे चल रहा है. जो हमारे पास माल था बिल्कुल क्लीन है. कोई भी माल इतना नहीं बचा है कि हम ग्राहक की पूर्ति कर पाएं. और हमें इतनी परेशानी आ रही है कि ग्राहक रेट रिजनेबल बेच रहे हैं. हमने जिसको भी कोई परेशानी है उसको ठीक रेट पे माल दिया है बिल्कुल.
With most trucks off the roads, supplies are not reaching the market.
और माल आने में हमें बहुत दिक्कत हो रही है. माल हमें कोई भी पीछे से कोई परचेज किसी प्रकार की नहीं आ रही है. जितना हमारे पास स्टॉक था तकरीबन नील होने की कगार पे है. कन्वेंस की प्रॉब्लम है, लेबर नहीं है, मतलब किसी भी प्रकार की कन्वेंस की सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम जो है वो कन्वेंस की है.
The labourers at the Lahori Gate market claim they haven't had food for the last few days.
मुश्किल तो खूब हो रही है साहब. हमारे को तो कोई खाना वाना की सारी व्यवस्था नहीं है. दुकान सारी बंद है. खाएंगे कहाँ? राजस्थान में नहीं जा सकते.
न काम है न खाने को मिल रहा है. बस जैसे तैसे टाइम पास हो रहा है.
कितने दिन से आप खाए नहीं है?
ये 4 दिन हो गए. 4 दिन से इधर उधर से कुछ मिल जाता है तो खा लेता हूँ.
It is very sad to hear what people are saying and claiming at this point of time. What they are saying is that whether they will die of coronavirus or not, they are not aware, but they may die of hunger. And this is a very serious issue. There is a lockdown in this market, a complete lockdown, because of which they are not getting any work, and they are only expecting that someone will come and help them, then only they are getting food. Otherwise, they are hungry from last few days since the time lockdown has been announced. With camera person Pradeep Gupta, this is Munish Pandey in Delhi for India Today.
Now, because of the 21-day lockdown due to the coronavirus outbreak, there's also some good news, which is that the air quality in several cities has drastically improved, with most of the metro cities falling in the moderate category with their AQI, the air quality index, between 100 to 200. The national capital, that's been trying to combat air pollution, has witnessed a significant improvement in the air quality. The AQI in Delhi on March 22nd, on the day of the Janta curfew, stood at 144, and on March 26th, that's yesterday, it stood at 54. In Bengaluru too, the AQI has fallen to 52 from 104 in a matter of 5 days. The improvement in the air quality comes due to the shutting down of industrial activity and also, of course, the reduction in vehicular movement in these metro cities. Moving on, the G20 members on Thursday decided to inject $5 trillion into the global economy in the wake of the coronavirus outbreak across the world. The member countries held a virtual summit to discuss coronavirus that's infected, of course, lakhs and claimed thousands of lives. The G20 members said that they will do whatever it takes to contain the virus and pledged to fight the pandemic. The members said that the focus will be on safeguarding global economy and recovery, addressing trade disruptions, enhancing global cooperation and coordinate public health and financial measures. In his address, Prime Minister Modi called for concrete measures and an action plan against coronavirus. He said that the focus must be on humanity and called for the strengthening of the WHO, the World Health Organization.
In relation to the serious concerns that exist about possibility.
Let's also get you all the international updates coming in on the coronavirus outbreak. The United States has more confirmed cases of coronavirus than any other country now in the world. With 82,404 cases of infection, America has now surpassed virus hotspots China as well as Italy. The grim milestone comes just as US officials reported at least 237 new deaths on Thursday, bringing the national death toll to 1,186. The state of New York is US's epicenter of the virus outbreak, with over 37,000 positive cases and 385 deaths. Public health officials in New York State are hunting now for beds, for medical equipment, and have put out a call for more doctors and nurses, fearing that the number of those infected might actually explode in the coming weeks. New York University offered to let its medical students graduate early so that they could actually join the battle. US President Donald Trump is urged to move coronavirus aid without any further delay.
Now, but I'm not going to do that. But we can go to spending a lot of time with New York officials, because that really is by far the hottest spot. They've got a number of very tough weeks ahead of them. The governor's doing a very good job. I spoke to the Governor Cuomo, last night and this morning, and he mentioned that in his remarks that he's using that we are using, and I think he feels, because he understands negotiation, he thinks we're using very appropriately the Defense Production Act, and we're using it where needed. It's a great point of leverage. It's a great negotiating tool. But I will tell you, there's tremendous spirit from people and tremendous spirit with respect to these companies. And I don't have to use it very much at all. They want to do it. As you know, General Motors is involved, Ford's involved, 3M's involved, others are involved, and they're all working very hard to produce all different products.
Hit countries in the world due to the outbreak of coronavirus, but how did it actually start? Scientists have arrived at a conclusion that it was one Champions League football game played in February between Atlanta and Valencia that's led to what Italy is witnessing right now.
Atlanta versus Valencia in Milan. Is this the match that is responsible for the spread of coronavirus in Europe? Well, the top scientists have claimed so. The Champions League clash, which took place on February 19th, saw 44,000 fans from Italy and Spain attend the game. Immunologist Professor Francisco Lefosci said the Atlanta-Valencia game could very well have been one of the major triggers. It was the apex of collective euphoria in a unique football season for this club. A month has passed since that match, so the timing is pertinent. The aggregation of thousands of people, centimeters from each other, engaging in manifestations of euphoria like hugging, shouting, all of that could have favored viral reciprocation. Atlanta hosted Valencia at the San Siro in Milan because their stadium is being renovated, and 40,000 fans travelled from Bergamo to Milan and then back home. And there are facts to back that claim from the top scientists. Bergamo is one of the worst affected towns in Italy with more than 3,800 cases and over 580 deaths. Italy has had most deaths in any country despite the pandemic starting in China. Spain is now also ahead of China with their death toll increasing at an alarming rate. Valencia have announced 35% of their squad and staff tested positive for coronavirus, linking it to that trip to Milan. Atlanta goalkeeper has tested positive, leading to the entire squad being quarantined. Bergamo Mayor Giorgio Gori has labelled the clash a biological bomb and says he believes it caused the spread of the virus in entire Europe. Sports Bureau, India Today.
As we all collectively battle COVID-19, there's just one simple thing you can do to defeat this virus, and that is to stay at home and stay safe.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aslesha, Consultant Clinical Lead, Department of Emergency Medicine, Kaveri Hospital, Chennai. This time is crucial for all of us. We are today facing our greatest challenge against the fight against coronavirus. How can you help us? If you have a choice to make, please stay at home so that we can save more lives. It's our sincere request. Please stay at home so that we can help you save and protect many more lives.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.